Good morning. We are back live. Hi. Plan for today is to continue working on release at a good hour and a half, hour 40 right now. And thereafter, be back for a good chunk of the rest of the day. I really want to get the final experiments done. There are a few things that are still weird with the hyperparameter sweeps, and I want to figure out why. They work generally pretty darn well, but they don't work exactly the way I want them to. All right, so we have a few different things to look at here. So the first one here, this experiment so what I did here is I changed the way that clipping works quite substantially. Okay, so this is actually slightly worse. I'm using. Check the clip coefficient. Okay, so here's VF coefficient. Where's VF clip? All right, so this doesn't even really get used. So what I tried to do here, I reformulated the clipping process a bit differently, and it does a fair bit worse. Now, the one thing I do want to look at, let me just compare one thing here. This is like 21, 22 seconds, right? We've also got these experiments. We have the clip coefficient. We have a lot of these runs down at the lowest possible end. What I want to do here is I'm going to do a filter. We're going to do VF clip coef. Train/VF clip. And we're going to set this to be less than or equal to 0.1. Okay, so now we only have 93 runs. And if I look at these, do relative time. Okay, so we actually still do have like 19 or 20 seconds. But it is still better. Like if we have 19 or 20 seconds over here for a full solve with 93 runs, and then if I take this filter off, come on. You know, it is actually very similar here. It's just that this one run got kind of lucky, I think. But I think we can still set like a 20-ish second solve, even if we prevent it from doing like ridiculously aggressive clip. Can we do, we take a quick look at like if there is a substantial correlation. Like we actually have good runs at any clip coef. I guess we can do like time less than 25 seconds. And see what this gives us. Most of the really good runs over here are just at the lowest possible end. Bit odd. All right. So we do have that for starters. Oops. And now we want to look at our maze results. Okay, so this is quite substantially better than before. Because we did this sweep and we did this sweep. The heck is up with these are like right on top of each other. Like the same curve. Tiny bits of shifting. Oh, it's locked to minimum total time steps. This is actually probably like an eval problem, right? Like it not getting an accurate evaluation, maybe? Well, I mean, this is not surprising that this hasn't done particularly well then. And we have to figure out why it's locked to so low. Probably just not a very good eval. These curves are super janky. Is this like BPT horizon or like num-m's too big or something weird? Pick one of these. This was one. 50 million steps. Vecnum M's is 4. I think that's large. Yeah, so it actually does have a bunch of M's. $64 horizon still. Batch size. Batch size is auto. Mini batch. Small mini batches. Dang. Okay. we can get some ideas for runs from here. So I say we limit V clip. Hang on. Let's actually do some of this stuff. Oh, hey Linky. Hey folks. I didn't have the chat up. 1 second. I can only see it on this little tiny preview. I was checking experiments. Curious. Okay, Linky is just saying puffer. Curious why you didn't join a lab or do a postdoc but still building PufferLib full time? Well, I mean, I made my own lab basically, right? Like, I'm doing my own thing here. I don't want to do a postdoc because the whole way that I've gotten all this stuff done with Puffer is to move very, very far away from the way academia does work. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, it's really, a postdoc is just not an appealing position at all either, right? Like, you get paid nothing anyways, and like, you have academic obligations, and the only thing it lets you do that a PhD doesn't already let me do is like go to a professorship position, which I have no interest in. So like, why would I do that? And like, existing labs aren't doing the thing that I wanted to do, so I had to do my own thing, right? Oops, not this one. We're gonna set this to 0.1. Actually, just go grab some defaults to use. Got like gradient norm, right? I think we start these at 0.2 now. Start these at 0.2. Alpha and beta. And the main thing I wanted to do was the evals. this eval function that I have is not very good. Yeah, so this needs to have like a pretty decent sized additional eval, I would think. Wait, this is and not stats. This should be or. Yeah, this should be or. That's probably all it was. Because, like, 64 time steps. I'm gonna do like 25. This should always be reasonable, I think. If I just do this. Okay, so now what do we do additionally for breakout? This actually maybe changes the sweeps a little bit already. I'm trying to think if there's anything else we can do on breakout speedrun specifically. Or if we're kind of just good. Do I believe that this is capped out? I mean, I could sweep the frame skip, right? We have not tried sweeping frame skip. Yeah, so frame skip can go 0 to 5, 0 to 6, something, 0 to 8, whatever. Okay, so that actually should produce. I think that's worth running these as new experiments now. Like these should be substantially different results. change anything major here? Oh, this is fine. Welcome, YouTube folks. We are looking at the results of last night's experiment and launching some new ones here. Okay, the goal kind of with what I'm doing at the moment, I'm just sort of fine-tuning our sweep stuff. There are like a bunch of little things I wanted to test that could make a difference, just so we have our strongest possible results for launch. I'd really like to have a sub 20-second set of breakout parameters in particular. I think that would be very nice. Like a consistent solve in sub 20. That'd be pretty cool. Move this out of the way. Okay, let me go look at the to-dos now, because I think if I spend a third day in a row just working on blog posts, I'm going to go nuts. And I want to make sure we're getting the rest of our stuff into a good spot. Hey Linky, did you finalize merging release into dev? Yes. It's in dev. The new end bindings you can look at like Snake or Neural MMO. It should be quite easy to bind in most cases. If you find yourself doing like weird Python API, C API stuff, you probably are overcomplicating it. And once we have the final sweeps here, we really just need to do like the add ones, drop ones. The few things that still bother me, I don't know if we want to have the 10 points per run, like the downsample trajectories. We probably do. You know, we probably do, because like the cosine annealing should give you pretty darn smooth learning curves. So I think it's fine to have that. Gave release a look over and seem pretty clear. Yeah, I'm trying to make it very simple. The hope is that the new release should be very, very simple. It's like I almost shoot myself in the foot because like I work so hard to make it look simple, and then if you don't know any better in RL, people go, well, that's easy. Like, you know, why is he working on this forever? If it's that's so easy, it's like, well, it took a lot of work to make it this easy for you. I finally got like an actual coffee maker as well for here, which I've wanted for a while. Good. Most of these just need some sweeps now. We need to lock in like a good set of defaults. And we need to run some sweeps. A little weird how Neural MMO doesn't sweep, right? It's possible there that just the search centers are not very good. I think I have a tendency to like just kind of agonize and stew over every release. And I want to avoid doing that as much as possible. I'm trying to think like what really things I want to have done in order to like cap this off. Like I got to move some files around and do some pretty minor cleanups. I think probably just the process of running all the experiments. Locomotion. I'm trying to think almost if it's worth like if I'm ready to just like run all the dang experiments and be done with it, like do I just spin up a whole bunch of extra machines and just go for it? No, I don't quite think so because there's still like little extra annoyances around that I don't feel like we perfectly understand quite everything yet on this. I think what I do is I assume that I am going to keep the 10 downsample points thing for protein. That's probably a good idea. Well, I think that's probably a good idea at least. I don't know if I should ablate it or not. The maze sweeps in particular bother me because like the maze sweep domain is the one where it should be really darn good. And I thought I actually had something on this before. Can you access a PNG in an asset folder through an import? It might be nice to have all puffer assets. You get into relative path things. Like you can't just import an asset folder, like import from Python. You can give it the path, but then you get into relative like path issues. They're not in the N folder though, the puffer assets link key. They're in resources. Like there's a resources folder that has some shared ones, and then it has like some M specific ones. So what are like the remaining? Didn't do this. External and clean up, move, train files. That's pretty much it. I just installed PufferLib pip. Yeah, I'm going to move the train stuff into there as well. So it's like you're literally gonna be able to have like a one command or whatever to do it. Should be quite good. Yeah, no, I definitely just need to like a whole bunch of experiments to run is the thing. It's not even that I don't want to spend a few $100 on like compute over the next week. Like that's not a big deal. It's that I don't want to have to deal with like spinning up and tearing down machines and like not knowing if they're undervolted and like whether the perf is actually reasonable or not. But there's quite a bit of stuff now that I'm looking here that like I can kind of just do, because we still need to clean up all the external M's and make sure stuff runs. We still need to clean up the configs for those as well. We need to move some train files. Quite a bit of stuff we need to do. And honestly, like all the deprecated M's that nobody uses, we can get rid of those as well, right? We keep like Majoko, Atari, ProcGen, and like the other ones that people actually use. Okay, so I think we actually start cleaning some stuff up here. Okay. This runs. What other like random files do I have in here? I guess I've got like the C++ and stuff. Shared C++, which we don't use anymore. Let me just look how Torch Extensions does it. See ya, Linky. Okay, so this no longer builds. There's like some name conflict, isn't there? I think the easiest thing is going to just be to like do their annoying extra step with either put them each in their own folder or something. We do like we don't need extensions.c. Yeah, it's pretty decent. We've got this extensions, Barracuda. Damn it. That is not what I meant to do. Let me go get my code back. Yeah, I think if I do some of this cleanup work today, this will be good, because I'm sick of writing. I kind of want to just do some code and move some stuff around. This will be better. I lose a lot of steam when I spend too much time on like fiddly bits. myself an extra term. All right. See if this compiles. Still no? There we go. Yeah, these need to be in different folders for whatever reason, even though they have different extensions. I don't know, it's kind of weird. Cool. We should set the defaults to be reasonable. Mode is trained by default. M should be puffer breakout. Let's do this. Okay, so this still works. Ah, shoot. What is this giant file? IX. Wait. Delete mode. Rename. Oh, there it is. There we are. So, want to see what the root structure looks like? We still have all this stuff. C advantage.cu and stuff. I don't need this anymore. Yeah, we can get rid of all this. What else do we not need? SB3. Get rid of that. Test C advantage. Muon.py. We don't use this. Well, it's not committed anyways. GPU drive test. I'm gonna get rid of these files and Spencer can yell at me if he needs them. Evaluate elos. You don't use this. I just made dev thread, gotcha. I'm happy to help stuff if you get stuck on things. Like, a lot of it is we need to have all this stuff like cleaned nicely so it's easier. Can we do something like this? Yeah, I can do that. Give me 1 second. I'm just thinking about how I want to do it specifically. Yeah, I don't want to like look everywhere for binding files, so I think I only want to look in here specifically. Can I just do like this? Okay, there's your one-liner that gives you your binding files, right? Okay, so this does this. I think that I might be able to like get auto rebuild to work. But yeah, Linky, that's a good suggestion. Thank you. I'll often like I'll take the idea, but I'll just want to like implement it a little bit like simpler. So like, this is the one-liner that'll look for binding.c anywhere in any of the ocean subdirectories. But I think this does what you want, yeah. Okay, we'll see how that goes. And now if I refresh this, got a lot less crap in here. think we call it like model.bin or whatever. Yeah. Or weights.bin. Okay. Yeah, that looks good. It gives us our export. Okay. What else is there to tweak? Okay. What? Yeah, we really didn't end up needing this very much, huh? Anything we don't use, we get rid of. That's the rule. Okay, so this was supposed to be some sort of test for new bindings. Visualize. Use this either. So we'll probably end up taking some of this back at least. And then this thing we have to like move. Where's a good spot for this? Just move it in for now. Okay, so now we just have setup.py, pommel, license. Yeah, now we all just have the standard stuff. And now we have config, PufferLib, scripts, and test. Now, I don't think that this config can live here is the problem, right? Because, like, you're not going to have access. Like, this is not going to get packaged up for you. So I think we have to move the config into PufferLib, right? Unless there's a way to tell, no, there isn't. If it's not in here, it's not in here, right? So we have to do, we can probably symlink it. Hang on. So we do like git move config PufferLib. Okay, so this is just move everything. Is it, what's the symlink? Is it dest? Okay, let me double check. Set an alarm for a meeting. I think it's in a couple hours though. Welcome YouTube folks. I think I've got breakfast in 30 and then I got a meeting at like 11 something. Double check this and then we will keep working on this for a bit. One second, folks. 11:30. me set myself an alarm for that, and then we will finish the refactor. All right. I always forget the symlink syntax. It's file and then symlink, okay. Now we've got PufferLib. We've got two symlinks. Got the README. If I open PufferLib, we have a few things in here. Fairly small. This definitely needs to be here. This probably needs to be here. This needs to be here. So yeah, now we have, this is a pretty nice file structure, I'd say. This is a pretty nice file structure. Some of these can get cleaned up as well. I wonder if it makes sense now to put the configs files with the source here, or if it makes sense to separate them. Because like before, we weren't shipping the config files. I think we'll like leave it like this for now, and then we'll think about it. Let's see if this still works. It still runs. This still runs. I'd like an entry point here. This looks cool, right? Module named Jim. Kind of silly. Oh yeah, that does need Jim, doesn't it? Wait, this is already... We have Jim. Why the heck is it in Isaac Puffer? It makes no bloody sense. It's a good time to get UV Pip. Pip install UV. Oops. Required project.name is not set. Okay, so there's additional validation, I guess. You require yeah, this is not what why the hell's the UV using this version? It's so obnoxious. It's weird that this is failing in like something that should not even be getting imported at all. Python tooling system just sucks. Python 3.8. Oh wait, hang on. Try this. We'll just like pin 312 default. Definitely a lot of packaging stuff I'm gonna have to figure out with this, but the main thing is now at least the files are in a reasonable spot. And we can start looking at stuff like the entry points and like how we're gonna want people to be able to use Puffer just from the pip package. It should be pretty helpful. All right. I don't know what it thinks it's installing here. There are like several things I just do not like here. How the heck is this still failing? Now we're failing on gymnasium. Like, what? Oh, this is probably because it's build time, right? Hmm, I see. And then what? I guess then this is like... This is why you don't import your version string like this. See if this works. What in the heck? Where's the error? Python requires? Hmm. So I guess a lot of this has to get moved to the toml for the toml to behave. Kind of okay. Yeah, this is like so stupid. I think you have to like duplicate the damn version. We'll do stuff for now, but I remember the toml setup just being kind of dumb. Is this just because of the thing in the toml? Okay, this is what we were looking for. the setup.py version. And this actually seems to run. I don't know why the hell it's trying to break my CUDA now. That's kind of obnoxious. Requirement already set. Okay, so it didn't reinstall CUDA. It's just really, really slow in checking. Fine. Cool. So what we'll do is I'm gonna go for breakfast. I got a meeting afterwards. And then in the afternoon I will be back. And the goal will be to get packaging in a good spot today, get all of the things where they should be, get entry points the way they should be, kind of do all that side of things. Probably move some code around quite a bit. And yeah, I think that will have us in a bit of a better spot for the release as well. Cool. So thanks for tuning in. All my stuff's free and open source. Usually I'm working on actual RL and not packaging RL. Just release week for you. Puffer.ai, start the GitHub to help me out. And